Dan, I need you to put on your thinking cap.
Oh man, I don't know where it is. That's something I don't wear very often.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can find
cap.
it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Your thinking cap. Put it on. So, do you recall the day leading into episode number 1 of the Woodhounds podcast?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Okay, so we had discussed what we wanted to do. It was mostly just going to be a relaxed session of just complaining about the weather, talking about food. Oh, I don't know, talk about firewood, machines, and bark up, bark down. All these important things that the entire world revolves around.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do kind of remember this now.
Okay, so do you remember some of the core principles that we wanted to maintain for our podcast?
No.
That's what I was wanting you to put your thinking cap on and tell me if you
Um,
remember what they were. For instance, I'll give you the first one.
The core values that we want to portray.
The first one was the audio quality must be awesome.
Yes. Production integrity.
Yes.
Integrity of the production. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the audio has to be excellent. I listen to podcasts and I'll just type in keywords, and I'll just start surfing around. And I don't know if the content was great or if the person was a genius, but the audio quality was so bad, I just turned it off. Sounded like they were talking into a candy bar at the bottom of a tin can.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's very noticeable when you start paying attention to those things.
Yeah. Well, what the heck? It's an audio medium.
Right.
So shouldn't your audio be good? Okay. Do you remember any of the other core foundational principles that we were wanting to maintain with the Woodhounds podcast?
I believe you wanted to keep it a family-friendly show against my, I was completely, you had to sell me on that hard because I was not thinking of going that direction. But yes, family values.
And we were going to follow the golden rule. We will never speak ill about another person or YouTube channel. That was something, we don't do it in our own lives. I've never heard you speak ill. It doesn't show up in my videos. So we were going to do that on, if we mention anyone, it would be something positive, or if we were going to discuss them, we would reach out to them first.
Yes. If we had a topic we were going to talk about and name names
related to a specific person. Yes.
We would reach out ahead of time. We would get their permission. And then if not, we would heavily edit.
Yeah.
If we needed to. No.
Firewood's a celebration, and the Woodhounds podcast should be a celebration too. We do not stand in judgment of others. We don't do videos or we don't do episodes where we name a specific person and just call them a fraud or call them a liar or something. We practice and follow the golden rule, don't we, Dan?
Yes. Yes, we do.
The golden rule. It should be the wood rule, the split and seasoned firewood rule. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is one other core foundational cornerstone of the Woodhounds podcast. And do you remember what that was?
I think I do, but I thought you were going to say on the last point that ends today. We are no longer following the golden rule. Dang it. All right. I think the other one was have fun.
No, that wasn't it.
What?
This is work. You're not allowed to have fun. This is work.
If we weren't having fun, we weren't going to do it anymore. Wasn't that one?
Well, yeah.
Things?
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
that is definitely one of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if it isn't fun, and I can't speak for you, but I won't do it if it isn't fun. You better believe it.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't think of the last one.
The last one was there will be no profanity on the
Oh,
Woodhounds podcast.
yes.
Uh-huh. We will not use propane language.
That was another one you had to really twist my arm. And that's another one we really have to edit sometimes.
Yeah. There's no cussing. And that is the core essence of today's episode of the Woodhounds podcast, is that today we are going to be talking about the F word.
All right. So we're doing away with it. We're doing away with that principle. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Put your children to bed. Plug their ears. We're letting it all out.
Yeah. No. We're not talking about that word. We're talking about a word that has been known to trigger many a woodhound during during surfing the internet, surfing YouTube. Yeah, the F word.
Well, I don't know if it triggers the woodhounds. It's the people watching woodhounds or hearing woodhounds use this word.
I have used this word in two of my videos I did on my outdoor wood furnace, and then the ones that I had put onto Facebook, which is a totally different crowd. But there's like certain words that are out there that trigger people, trigger strong emotion.
Yes,
and
I know
they
this.
And they let you have it. And this F word is probably numero uno.
Yes, this word, it really gets under people's skin. And the tough thing is I don't know how else to use it or why we even have this word if it doesn't mean what it means.
Yeah. The 2 times that I used it where I got an avalanche of complaints, I did the scientific standard of my video where I operationally defined what the F word will mean for this video. Okay.
Yeah.
And they never challenged me on how I defined it. They just ignored it and they just said F word. Yeah.
Yeah. And so have we disclosed have we said what the F word is yet? I'm sure people
no, we
can
haven't.
figure it out.
Maybe we should charge people to let them know what the F word is.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah, because finding out would be.
Now, wouldn't that be ironic? Okay, so Dan, drum roll, please. What is the F word for today's topic?
It has 4 letters.
It does.
It is the word, that dreaded word, free.
Free.
Free. Say it again. Free.
Gosh, free. Yeah, so there, I guess, is a literal sense of free, and then there is the theoretical sense of free. That was one of my dad's old sayings, was there's no such thing as a free lunch.
You hear that quite a bit, yes.
Yeah. And who am I to not test that hypothesis,
Well, right, because
I'm always on the prowl for a free lunch.
Yeah, and I've had many lunches for free. When I think about it.
Yeah. When I did 2 separate videos on my outdoor wood furnace when I fired it up for the first time of the year. And I just came right out and I gave the definition of what free heat means to me. And free heat means to me, I don't get a gas bill from the gas man every month.
Right.
Do not.
You do not.
So to me, that's free.
That is free.
But not to the 7 million people who saw that video, who decided to chime in and they said, well, what about the gas to run your chainsaw? What about the electricity? What about your wood? What about your truck? What about the gasoline? What about the taxes?
The taxes. What about the taxes? Yes. What about all those things? Your time, your energy, your everything you're using to get that
Uh-huh.
wood and bring it in to your wood boiler shed and throw it in the boiler.
Yep.
And yeah,
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
It all adds up.
Yep. 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 No, it doesn't. It's free.
No, it's not. There's no such thing.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. You can't even have just like a fun civil discussion with people and you got, but what is it though, Dan, about people and the word free? Have you noticed that?
I noticed it, and I still cannot figure it out why it's so bad for someone else to get something that I don't know if I don't know if it's something people are getting that you're not getting that sets you off, or what is it? Yeah, why do people, if they hear that someone got something for free,
Uh-huh.
they immediately will challenge that?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's interesting. I was already thinking of it differently. I was thinking of people that can't accept that someone is saying that something is free because then they have to pick it apart, pointing out that it actually isn't free. But now you're saying free as in you got like a free t-shirt and that there are people out there that get upset about that. Interesting.
yeah, and even just saying that if I got a free TV from someone on Facebook Marketplace. Well, no, you didn't, because you had to drive to go get it, and you had to do this, and you had to do that. And so, it's like I have joy in my life because I got a free TV, but yet somebody out there wants to suck that joy away because they don't have the joy of a free TV.
Yeah. So we need to have another jingle for here comes an analogy. An analogy warning. Analogy warning. It's also about your free thing. It's this shiny Kevlar balloon that you got from the Dollar General, and it's on this green streamer, a ribbon, and you walk by the wrong person, and they suck all the helium out of it. And
Yes.
now it's just a crumpled mass laying on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't even celebrate that having something where you got something good.
No, you cannot, because there are people out there that, for whatever reason, they just find the joy in sucking the joy out of your life.
Yeah. So is there anything specific though, with you that, that you can relate to with that?
Well, I have the same example as you with the free heat that I use, but then I also have Rick, my tree service guy, drop off logs, and I will say, I got this wood for free.
Yeah.
And then, I have free firewood, and it's like, no, it's not. Like, you still have to do this, you still have to do that, you have to, all this stuff is involved, so it's not free.
Yeah. That is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Okay. That is what I'm talking about. Why is it? And I'm serious here. Do the people, when they make that comment, that they're saying it isn't free, do they really think that the person making that comment doesn't already know that? Serious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's when I did my video on my furnace saying it was free heat, and people were like saying, yeah, what about the electricity? It was like, do you really think? I mean, you don't even have to have an accounting degree here. You could be 98.6 and that you got to pay for electricity. You have to like walk from your couch to the furnace and expel calories, for food to get the energy to walk out there. You had to wait for the sale on the bar and chain oil at Menards last summer, and you bought four gallons of it. Yeah. Don't you think that that's already known? Why do people get so excited as if they know something that someone else doesn't? That's the way I see it.
And it makes absolutely no sense, because in my situation where Rick drives his truck into my yard, dumps the logs, and leaves, I walk out the door and those logs are sitting there, and I they were free. I did nothing. Like, so that's what I don't understand. It's like those. Yes, I know to turn that into firewood now requires
Labor,
labor and
input,
material.
input.
Yes, but they are sitting there and they were put there for free. Like,
Yeah,
I did nothing.
yeah. That's why I say the world is going to be destroyed by accountants. So that's why I try to keep them out of my life. Oh boy, this guy I used to work with, he was that way. He was an accountant too. And this is how this guy was. We had to go to the other side of town for work. We were on this group task, and it involved us going to I'm going to call it this just for the sake of the story, an agricultural auction. Okay, they would it was like where the farmers brought their produce to the central location. People would show up, there was an auctioneer there, and you would bid on it. You with me?
Yep.
I told him, I said, okay, me and you were supposed to go to this vegetable auction today. That's all I said to him. And he was dead serious. I'm not like, he wasn't joking with me or anything. He looks at me kind of funny and he goes, vegetable auction? I go, yeah, we're going to the vegetable auction. He goes, vegetable auction? I said, yeah, it's the vegetable auction. It's in Middlefield, Ohio. Vegetable auction, And he goes, I don't know of a vegetable auction. I know of a produce auction, but I don't know of a vegetable auction. Serious, that's what he was. I was like, you are the weirdest person I've ever met in my life. He was probably saying the same thing about me because I wasn't as specific and precise to where he would acknowledge what I was actually saying.
Yeah.
A vegetable auction.
No, produce.
No, it's a produce auction. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly.
What are you?
That's all you need to know about accountants. Yeah. Free heat, Dan.
Yeah.
I have free heat. I have free heat in my house.
Well, there are examples where if you like, sometimes they will advertise, win a free trip to the Super Bowl. And so all that involves is like, the ticket. So you have to pay to get there. You have to buy all your meals. So that really isn't, that's where I can see where it's not a free trip. It's just, you won the tickets. So that's why I think, and maybe they've kind of quit using that word free when they kind of do those giveaways and things. But that's my point. Like, what is the word? If the word free doesn't mean free, why do we have the word free?
Where else I hear this a lot is in like with education, free education, tuition is free. Why can't you just leave it at that? So that ain't free. Who do you think paid for that? Taxpayers pay for that. It's like, do you really think that the people don't already know that? Jeez.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah. I tell you. But then you are also saying that when there are free machines appearing on YouTube channels out there, that people have problems with that.
Well,
some do, because I get commented on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and again, I think that just goes back to the idea of someone getting something and that person hasn't gotten anything. There's like resentment, jealousy. I don't know. That's how I always sometimes read into those things. Is like they wanna make you aware that, like I said,
I've been tempted to throw that back on people because, they'll say, yeah, you're just saying it because you got a free splitter, my Easton made Axis. And I would say, well, it's not free. What about, what about the service that I'm providing to the manufacturer? What about the exposure I'm giving to that manufacturer's name? What about the gasoline that I had to spend my own money on to fill it up?
Right.
I should start doing that type of thing back on them.
Yeah.
What about? It's not free.
But what about that? What about, yeah, exactly. You should, well, but then it kind of works both ways. Then when it's free heat, it's good, but when it's a free machine, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Oh,
and that's why I handle it as a scientist. You define what your term is. So for
that
me,
is
free is simple. It means I don't write a bill to the man every month.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what free means to me.
that is a good idea. Is define it beforehand.
Yeah. In fact, the one video I did within and that's what I just had copied and pasted on all my replies. I tell people they must not have listened to the first 30 seconds of my video because I just came right out and I said, free heat. Free heat means to me, I'm not writing a check to the gas man every month to heat my house. You know,
There you
that's
go.
to me, that's free. And then there was like chainsaw and splitting and I was like, that is joy in my book. What else would I rather be doing than making firewood? I don't, whatever expense that is. I know what it is. I just don't obsess over tracking these kind of things and then acting like I'm some brilliant business mind. I just do what I do, man. I'm out here heating my house for free because I am not writing a check to the gas man. Free.
I don't. Yeah, it's defining it, and I don't know what some of these people like. Everything you do to them like has a cost. So like I don't. I guess they just want you to sit on your couch and push the buttons on the remote because if, like you said, if your hobby or pastime is going out cutting up a log and turning it into firewood, you don't have to always put a monetary value on every single thing you do.
Yeah.
There's just going about your day. You don't you don't figure out, well, it's going to cost me this much time, this much fuel, this much energy to go to the store and get these supplies. It's
Yeah.
just, it's what you do.
Well, there are people out there that behave that way, though, and whatever, go for it. But that's not how I do it. If I had to obsess over that, I would not be in business right now. So,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
all right. So,
whatever. I guess what makes some people tick.
yeah, free. The F
Yeah.
word. But that's a
The
good.
Well, you know what? The Woodhounds podcast is free.
Yes.
Oh, but
Well,
what about the commercials?
well, what about the device
What
you're
about the
listening
electricity
on?
it took to charge your phone?
You're gonna have to recharge your phone. You're gonna have to. I mean, yeah, nothing is free.
Nothing's free.
Nope.
Yeah. So our trip to the Paul Bunyan show coming up here in a couple weeks is not free either.
Heck no. But you know what is free? Well, maybe not. See, yeah, I can't even say anything because it wouldn't
What
be
about
free.
what about the electricity, Dan?
Yeah. I was gonna say come to Friday Night Live at the Fairfield Inn, but chances are if you're staying there, you're not gonna be there for free.
Uh-huh. Maybe we'll start putting the word free in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or all caps. If it's all caps, I think it's different. Because I always see free in all caps.
Free is just another word for nothing
Oh,
left to lose.
That's right, Janice.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking
I
of
had
free.
the freedom to quote Janice.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dan, maybe we need to have a dedicated episode coming up for the Paul Bunyan Show 2025, the granddaddy of them all.
I think we do.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure what week this will be coming out, but I know we're getting close.
Yes. Time is flying by.
Yeah, and time is not free either.
No, it's not.
Time is money. God.
And so the time we've just spent.
Yeah. I had that comment
time.
on my channel the other day. The guy's like, well, time's money. And I was like, no, it isn't.
Time is money.
Time is not money.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dan, what do you say we strike up the band? Did you
Boom.
pay for the musicians? Because you know they're not free.
They are taken care of.
Okay. All right. Well, Dan, let's tell everyone out there, thank you for tuning in and helping make the Woodhounds the #1 Firewood podcast in the world.
Yes. And chances are you probably did this for free because you're just listening on your favorite streaming service. And if you could, give us a free 5-star review.
Well, that wouldn't be free because you have to pay for your subscription to your streaming service. Probably.
Yeah. Well, no, you can listen on woodhounds.com as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's tell everyone out there to stay
free.
And nothing is
free.
And have a
great day.